Welcome to this day in wrestling history for June 27th. In 1972, the WWF Tag Team Championship changed hands in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when Professor Tanaka and Mr. Fuji defeated Chief Jay Strongbow and Sonny King. In 1998, Rob Van Dam and Sabu became the new ECW Tag Team Champions with a victory over Chris Jericho and Lance Storm in the main event of an ECW show at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Dirty Boys, represented by Devon, Bubba Ray, and Big Dick, yes, that was his name, that person's name, defeated the Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, and Deathmatch legend and FMW founder Atsushi Onita, and I think that's how you pronounce his name. And FMW will be the Japanese equivalent to, I guess, ECW maybe. And it was no longer around, I believe. I think it was called Frontier Martial Wrestling. I think it was the actual name of it. But late in the match, Onita turned on the Sandman. The turn and the post-match press conference was to lead to an Onita Sandman feud, but the match never took place, making this Onita's one and only appearance in ECW. In 1999, WWE's King of the Ring pay-per-view was held at the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. In a Sunday night heat pre-show match, the Hardy Boys, which is Jeff and Matt Hardy, and the team of Edge and Christian fought to a no contest in a number one contenders match for the WWF Tag Team Championship. Also on Saturday Night Heat, the pre-show Midian and Viscera defeated the Big Boss Man in a handicap match, and Ken Shamrock defeated Shane McMahon. Okay, the King of the Ring tournament started, at least on the pay-per-view, with the quarterfinals. So you had X-Pac defeating Mark Henry, Kane defeating The Big Show, Billy Gunn defeating Ken Shamrock, and DX members The Road Dogg defeating China. In the semifinals, you had Billy Gunn defeating Kane, and DX members X-Pac defeating The Road Dogg. And in the final, you had in the final was, again, two more D-Generation X members, with Billy Gunn defeating X-Pac. So basically, the person that won the previous DX match lost in the next round. And Billy Gunn became the new King of the Ring as well. The Undertaker retained the WWF Championship against The Rock after outside interference from Triple H. Vince and Shane McMahon won a handicap ladder match against Stone Cold Steve Austin to regain full control of the WWF. In 2004, JBL became the new WWE Champion in a Texas Bullwhip match against Eddie Guerrero at the Great American Bash for the Norfolk Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Guerrero was announced as the winner at first. However, SmackDown General Manager Kurt Angle showed that Brasser had touched all four posts in succession before Guerrero and reversed the decision. Sable defeated Tori Wilson. This was Sable's final WWE pay-per-view appearance. She will leave the WWE just over a month later. And The Undertaker defeated the Dudley Boys, Devon and Bubba Ray, in a handicap tag team concrete crypt match. The stipulations of the match saw Taker's manager Paul Bearer placed in a plexiglass box, which would be filled to the top with concrete. Dudley Boys won. At the event, The Undertaker won, but decided to bury Bearer in the concrete anyways. In 2005, Kurt Angle and Ric Flair competed against each other for the first time on TV on WWE's Monday Night Raw from Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. And Angle did defeat Flair. Chris Masters defeated Tajiri in the Master Lock Challenge. In the main event, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and John Cena defeated Chris Jericho, Christian, and Tyson Tomko in a six-man tag. Also in 2005, WWE SmackDown was taped after Raw, again in Anaheim, California. In the main event, JBL defeated Booker T, Chris Benoit, Christian, Muhammad Hassan, and Undertaker in a six-way elimination match for the SmackDown Championship, which was the WWE Championship. Okay, never mind. I'll explain why it's not the WWE Championship in a second. And because John Cena was the WWE Champion at the time. The championship Raw a few weeks earlier, and after the match, SmackDown General Manager Terry Long comes out and announces that SmackDown's final draft pick is World Heavyweight Champion Batista. Instead of being champion, JBL is now the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. In 2008, Ring of Honor Battle of Supremacy at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds in Dayton, Ohio. Adam Pearce, who was the NWA champion, defeated Nigel McGuinness, who was the Ring of Honor champion, by disqualification, and the champion was the champion for both NWA and Ring of Honor World Championships in the main event. In 2009, Ring of Honor and AIDS at Frontier Fieldhouse in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. Kenta defeated Tyler Black to retain the GCH Junior Heavyweight Championship. Austin Aries retained the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship against Nigel McGuinness in the main event. In 2011, Truth defeated John Cena in a tables match in the main event of WWE Monday Night Raw from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. However, it was what happened after the match that would go down in wrestling history. While Cena laid in the ring, number one contender CM Punk came out on stage in a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt, stretched cross-legged, to announce that his contract runs out the day after his title shot in Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view, that is. He then began his historic promo that became known as the Pipebomb and makes CM Punk an overnight superstar, as well as name-checking former WWE champion Brock Lesnar, as well as Paul Heyman and his friend Colt Cabana. He then laid waste to the business acumen of Vince McMahon and his prosperity to surround himself with yes men. In a truly monumental promo that set up the Money in the Bank match, it is arguably the most anticipated world title match since the Attitude Era. In 2013, the TNA Knockout Tag Team Championship, held for 16 months by ODB and Eric Young, was officially retired. This comes a week after Brooke Hogan strips the jewel of the championships due to Eric Young being a guy that no one thought to do this beforehand. Interesting side note, other than when the titles were introduced at No Surrender in 2009, the TNA Knockouts Tag Team title changed hands on pay-per-view only once, and as Victory Road in 2011. Every other title change occurred on TNA Impact. In 2014, at the TNA Impact taping at the Manhattan Center in New York City, Samoa Joe defeated Low Ki and Sonata in a triple threat match for the TNA X Division Championship. Another taping, Low Ki defeated Homicide, Tiger Ono, Crazy Steve, Manic, and DJZ in an X Division Scramble match. Team 3D versus Bully Ray and Brother Devon defeated the Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, in a tag team TLC match. Bobby Lashley, Kenny King, and MVP defeated Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, and Eric Young in a six-man tag. In 2017, Carmella wins a women's Money in the Bank match against Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Flair, Natalya, and Tamina on a WWE SmackDown Live from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California. This was a rematch from the previous Money in the Bank pay-per-view when Camilla's associate James Ellsworth had interfered and grabbed the briefcase on her behalf, and basically did the same thing here too. In 2022, WWE Monday Night Raw was at the Sames Auto Arena in Laredo, Texas. Riddle won a Battle Royal. Bobby Lashley defeated Ted Gable and Otis in a handicap match with Austin Theory as the enforcer. In the main event, Becky Lynch defeated Doudrop, Nikki ASH, Shayna Baszler, Tamina, and Gia Lee in a six-way elimination match. In 2023, on NXT TV, at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, in the main event, Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler defeated Creed brothers, Bruce and Julius Creed, and a loser leaves NXT. Notable birthdays: Kimberly in 1990, and Boris Malenko, the father of Dean Malenko, in 1933. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.